Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How's it going today? Have you guys had breakfast?
Of course.
What have you had? Fried rice?
Rice.
What kind of dish do you have?
Sambal.
Sambal. What about you, Miss Sylvia?
I haven't take a bath yet. I haven't breakfast yet.
Oh, same here. I haven't taken a bath yet. Usually I take a bath when I became, this kind of moderator, but then I realized even if I take a bath, nobody's going to watch this video anyway. Oops,
Yeah.
oopsie. Okay, so today we are going to talk about discussion skill in reporting. We have to report something to throughout the discussion, and we have choose the topic, and that is the mental health and the young role to Indonesian's future. So I like to begin with the mental health first. Okay. And for starting that, let me share my screen for a second to show you a data. Wait a second. Can you see my screen?
No.
Wait.
Oh, you can see
Yes,
it?
I can. Yes, I can.
Okay. This is the poster that I've downloaded like just now, maybe for 5 minutes ago. And I'm gonna show it to you guys because this is the important data about mental health. Wait a second, this is still loading. Okay, this is the mental health situation during the pandemic COVID-19. I
Wait.
got
The screen is stuck.
What's up?
it's about mental health, right?
Yeah, but in my screen that's still WhatsApp.
Yes, me too.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Wait a second. What's going on? Share. Oh, okay. This one. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Okay, this is the data from katadata.co.id about the mental health situation during the pandemic COVID-19. So I want you guys to report this data based on your style. You can start maybe from Miss Sylvia, please.
What do you mean? What I should talk about?
No, you should try to report the situation to us, and then Miss Rosa, and then me. It's about reporting.
I think it's not only pandemic, but wait.
Shall I try first, maybe?
Yeah.
I'll give you because in this show, in this topic that you share like 2 days ago, the expressions that mentioned here is that X says that blah 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 according to blah blah blah. It's kind of skill of reporting because this is the discussion skill that we'll talk about right now. So I'm just gonna try myself first, then you guys can, I don't know, maybe give suggestion or give your insight about it. So according to katadata.co.id, There are three main problems about the mental health situation during the pandemic COVID-19. And the first problem is anxiety attack. There are 65.8% that people that experience anxiety in Indonesia, and the rest of them are not. And then the second problem is depression. There are 61.5% of people in Indonesia suffered from depression, and the rest are not. And this is the worst scenario or the worst part of mental health in Indonesia during the pandemic COVID-19. And that is traumatic experience. There are 74.8% of people experienced some traumatic experience, and the rest of them are not. So what did you guys can say about this? Start from you, Miss Sylvia, please.
Okay, I think agree with this search because during pandemic, there are many someone that get mental health, mental illness from other side. It means from anxiety, depression, and others. But yeah, I agree with this search.
Anything else?
No, nothing.
Okay, Miss Rosa, what about you?
Since when the pandemic, we must minimize our mobility in the outside, and then we start to meet our time in social media. Maybe is this topic is related to social media.
Sure, you can talk about social
Yeah.
media. How social media affects our mental health, Miss Rosa? How is it?
I cannot hear your voice.
How social media, like you've mentioned earlier, can affect our mental health? Because just now you say that mental health and social media are connected, right? So how social media can
Yes.
affect our mental health?
Maybe because we don't use social media wisely.
Can
Like we
you
see, maybe we see some inappropriate things that affects to our mental health.
what kind of appropriate things can you like go a little bit detail?
Uh, mm, some video on TikTok, maybe there's a lot of inappropriate things.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mr. Rosa, because as my experience that I have our friend, one of our friends that told me that she's anxiety by herself because she's usually watch video TikTok and then it told about different show in university. It's dangerous, and then so she is start from semester one, the first semester until now. She afraid to look for friend, so she just now close with me because yeah, my circle is her circle friend because she's afraid by herself because of that social media.
Uh, okay, so why is it social media really affect about our mental health? Because based on what you said, Miss Sophia, it affects a lot to his or her personality, your friend's personality. So can you tell me how is it affect her or him, your friends that you've mentioned earlier?
I mean that's because usually we can choose what video that we want to watch, but usually that's nowadays usually that's all about mental health or others. I mean, that's in TikTok. That's so random, and the most videos that I found that's like that. I mean, that talk about uh, how how dangerous circle now for friends and others. So it can attack someone who that's usually shy to look for friends, that they more shy than before, and they will unseated by herself. So be wise when you use social media.
Okay, so there's another interesting fact or something like that that I want to share with you guys. What second? There are so many. Can you guys see my screen?
No. Oh yes, yes I can.
Okay,
Yes.
there are more than 10 typical of mental disorders that we need to know. I'm going to mention one by one just to make this video longer, so you guys have bear with me, and because this is the last time I'm gonna moderate you guys. The first one is anxiety disorder. Anxiety is when you really feels like uncomfortable with yourself. That is anxiety disorder. And the second is mood disorder. We know that many people in Indonesia have moody personality. Sometimes I also experience this kind of disorder, mood disorder. And the third is psychotic disorder. This is a bit creepy in my opinion, psychotic disorder, because involves this illness involves disordered and consciousness of thought or thought patterns. The two most common symptoms are hallucination and delusion. We know that many people, many young generation in Indonesia now likes K-pop, right? Can you hear me?
Yes, of course.
And some of them take K-pop too seriously to the point where they imagine that their idol is their husband, their wives. It's called delusion or hallucination, and it, it is including one of mental health disorder, psychotic disorder, and the fourth is eating disorders. Uh, it is including binge eating disorder, anorexia nervosa, and bulimia nervosa. The name is so cool, but this is illness, guys. And the five is impulse disorder. Impulse disorder is when you can't resist to do something that not beneficial, that are harmful to themselves or others. Harmful is berbahaya. And the example is pyromania, the person who can't help but starting a fire, and the kleptomania, the person who can't help but stealing something from the store, from I don't know, from uh the store or something like that, or from the market, even if it's not something important to them, they can help but to stealing things. And the number six is personality disorder. Do you guys have heard about bipolar disorder?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, it is including personality disorders. This is the type of mental disorder that makes sufferers have pattern of or thought or behavior that tends to be rigid and unhealthy. A person with a personality disorder has difficulty understanding and relaxing to situation with other individuals because this cause significant problems and limitation in relationships, social activities, work, and school. And this is a bit, sad for me personally, but I don't know about you guys. I'm gonna ask about your opinion later on. And then number seven is obsessive compulsive disorder. This is what we usually said by overthinking. You guys have heard about this?
Yes.
This is what we sometimes do in the night, in the middle of the night. We think something too much, we think something too seriously, to the point where it makes us very anxious, very uncomfortable with ourselves, very hate ourselves, or something like that. This is called obsessive compulsive disorder, which thoughts of fear which makes them perform certain actions. And the eight is post-traumatic stress disorder. I don't know what kind of disorder is this, but it actually maybe it's related to the stress. And the number nine is dissociative disorder. People with dissociative disorder tend to experience changes in memory, awareness, identity, and general awareness of themselves and their environment. This type of mental disorder is often associated with extreme stress. So it is related to the stress, which may be a result of traumatic event or accident, including disorders that may experience or witnessed. And the 10th part is factitious disorder. This is the typical of mental illness is a condition where a person consciously and intentionally creates or complains about physical or emotional symptoms so that he can play the role of a patient. This is a bit creepy. And 11 is sexual and gender disorder. You guys can, I mean, I'm sure most of you guys have known like LGBTQ community, but it is actually not, because sexual disorder are classified into three main categories named sexual dysfunction, paraphilias, and gender identity disorder. Paraphilias is maybe we called it like pedophile in Indonesia, or maybe in English, when someone really wants to release their sexual intention to a child, or inappropriate targets for sexual expression. And the number 12 is somatic symptoms disorder. This is the situation where the individual will have excessive thoughts, feeling, and behavior related to certain physical symptoms. And the last but not least is sleep disorder. This disorder is make the person or the people will with this disorder make noises or make body movements that are irregular and repetitive, fast, and uncontrollable. This occurs due to the change in the part of brain that controls movement. That's it. Okay, so based on that data that I've mentioned for you guys just now, I want to ask, have you experienced these kind of symptoms? And when you try to ask for help, maybe from your parents, from your fans, from your friends, they tend to like underestimate you and not take your situation seriously. Because in Indonesia, we know that the realization of mental health is still low. So I want to ask you guys to share your experience or your thoughts or your insight about it. Yes. Start from you, Miss Rosa, please.
I don't know that I have experience about mental disorder or not before, because I never check it to the expert.
Okay, but at least have you like kind of felt it, or you have this one feeling that there is something wrong about you, and it's not about physical wrong, but it's inside you. You can't really describe it, but you feel really uncomfortable, or you kind of hurt yourself because of that. Have you experienced that kind of experience?
Of course, yes. I think every people have experienced some moments that may them feeling down, feeling stressed out, and so do I. Like when my father passed away, when my first sister passed away, when I had to choose between halalkan or just leave it, and some other moments.
Okay.
But there is one thing I learned from my experiences. When we are close to Allah, or maybe we can call when our faith or our iman is in the good level, and that time we are given a problem, then I believe it will be easier for us to recover, to survive, because yes, we believe that we have Allah, and yes, inshallah, our mental health maybe will be more secure. What kind of filter is that?
Chill out. We, we can do whatever we want right now. Nobody's gonna watch this video anyway. Oopsie. What
That's
about you,
life.
Sylvia? Can you share your thoughts or your experience about this topic?
Mm, it's something a little bit hard for me, but
You can tell us.
um, no,
There will be no judgment.
no, I mean that's um, I agree with you that parents or others that can't underestimate what we feel now because that's true. This is our condition now. It's my condition now. When I told you last week when I check my condition and psychiater and others, actually I didn't talk to my parents that I get it because no one's parent that wants their child that gets something illness about it, and I didn't tell them. And actually what I feel more about post traumatic disorder because I have a bad experience about about my experience. Exactly when I still with him, I mean that's when my ex he did something worse to me, and then that's still I still remember it clearly until now. And then what if you ask me that's what I feel if I see something that's similar with ago, I mean that's when I walk together with my friend and then I see the boy that's who's you wear a hoodie, or when I hear something relate about past, that's directly I silent and then said by myself that I can, yeah, something like that. So my friends suggest me to better you check your condition in psychology first and then in psychiater. So yeah, alhamdulillah, I think now I'm better than before. Yeah, thank you.
So this is actually interesting what you guys have said, especially Miss Sylvia, because you said that you've experienced this kind of real, I don't know, this kind of experience when you went to a relationship with your, you know, ex, with your ex before. So I want to know that is it a healthy relationship or a toxic one? Because we know that nowadays there are so many toxic people, including someone I know in the speaking class who never watch our videos. Okay, what about your relationship with him? Can you tell me, is it a healthy one, or you guys break up with a healthy condition, or is it he is toxic and you decide to broke up with him because you realize that he's not good for you or something like that? Please tell me, tell us.
Actually after broke up with him, that I still have a communicate. I mean that still I think I can be fine if still communicate with him.
So
I mean that it's not always, but only one time, two times like that. But long by long, that I can stand by myself. I can control myself. I mean it's when I remember about past that I can control myself, and then yeah, better I block all his social media, and then and also all about him, including his mom, his brother, and others. I blocked all because I don't want to remember about him again, because that's really hard for me. I mean, that's he is toxic. And then actually, what kind of I did it actually start from 2 years ago. This story that's 2 years ago, but I can't tell to others. Including my friend, my close friend, that I never told them. And then I just saved this story that's 2 years by myself. I saved it by myself, but I can't stand by myself. And then I just now this month, just now I tell to my friends, my close friend, and then they said, "How can it be you didn't tell to others?" Because I'm afraid. I'm afraid to tell to others because something like that I don't want. So because of that, I save by myself, and then I can share to others, and in the end, that's it's hard for me to take myself to what he did. That's like something got to my uh, can I not continue it?
Okay, you may
Yes.
stop. But you still sometimes communicate with him. So,
No, now it's
oh
not.
no, it's not. Okay. What about you, Miss Rosa? Do you have experience, I don't know, some toxic relationship? Even if you don't have boyfriend, I know you don't have boyfriend. You're single, just like me. Maybe a toxic relationship with your friends. I don't know, from high school, from senior high school, from early year in college, maybe. Can you like tell us about your relationship?
Uh, I have experienced one maybe. Did you guys know about silent treatment?
Yes, I
Silent
know.
treatment? What is
Yes.
it?
Yeah, silent treatment. Okay.
Yeah,
Please
silent
continue.
treatment. It's something like that. There is one friend that always do silent treatment to me uh, because she is one of my closest friend. Uh, I start when she start silent treatment me. Silent what? Silent treatment?
Silent treatment.
Silent treatment.
Okay.
Silent treatment. Yes. When she starts silent treatment to me. So uh I this is hard for me too.
Really?
Yes. I think some people cannot talk about their bad experiences.
I mean, it's okay though. I won't judge you guys, but it's okay if you don't want to talk about it. But at least can you tell us what have you learned about that relationship? What is the lesson you take from that kind of relationship before, Miss Rosa?
What I
So
can say is every relationship need like friendship, like lovership. Every relationship is need a good communicate. That is the key.
okay, it is cliche actually, but I'm gonna take it. So how
May
about
I
you, Miss Sylvia?
uh,
What is
uh,
the lesson that you can share based on that kind of relationship? I know I'm single, but I mean I can do that maybe in the next time.
Tian and Batin. The lesson that we can take from it that we can't judge something, someone by the cover. I mean, that's if you think they or he that's good is not always good. And then if you feel that is toxic, or you feel that he's good for you, that's just leave it, because you can let it along the long way, because it will be give you bad effect. So the lesson that I can took, that I can don't trust to others uh, clearly. Only that.
Okay, so you guys have mentioned or have shared your story. So I think I can share mine, please. Can I share mine?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay,
You can
actually,
tell your experience. Maybe last time you asked me and Miss Rosa, and what about you? Don't you think that your life that's always happy, Kiowa?
no, of course. Actually, I experience this kind of disorders called sometimes I experienced it. It's called imposter phenomenon or imposter syndrome. Have you guys heard about this?
No.
So basically, let me explain, because imposter syndrome or imposter phenomenon is in Indonesia we translate it as syndrome penipu in Indonesia. So imposter phenomenon is a feeling that you are imposter, bahwa saya adalah seorang penipu, and it is sometimes happened from someone who reached accomplishment or achievements at a high level, and he feels like he didn't deserve it, and he is cheating to do that kind of accomplishment or to do that kind of achievements, and he feels like he's an imposter because he really uncomfortable and unconfident with his ability or his competency, something like that. And it happens to me a lot, to be honest, because especially since I went a bit of viral because I won a National Center Ambassador. It is really, uh, of course, I'm happy, right? But at the same time, I feel like, did I deserve this? Do I deserve this? What if the jury make mistake in, make value or, uh, make value to the participants and mistaken that I was the champion? What if what is I was wrong? What if actually the first champion is not me or something like that? And it it makes me really uncomfortable about myself, and sometimes the only way to calm me down is to keep learning, keep doing something that benefit others, and sometimes after that I feel like more relaxed and calm towards that kind of experience, because actually it really makes me uncomfortable. Have you guys experienced this before like I do? Maybe you guys can share.
Mm,
Uh, have, you guys know? Can you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got it.
Really?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Because I think this is enough for our first topic, and we're running out of time because this is not a Zoom Premium Pro. Okay, so we're gonna conduct the second meeting. Do you guys mind about that, or should we take a break first? Maybe 15 minutes.
Now we can continue to the second topic directly.
What about you, Miss Rosa?
I'm okay if we continue now.
Okay, but I'm not okay. I want to go to the bathroom first, okay?
Okay, take your time.
Okay, so we're gonna conduct maybe in 15 minutes later. Okay, deal?
Should we leave it
Fix.
for?
Okay, fix.
Okay, I'm gonna see you again in the second part of this video.
Okay.
So see you guys again. I'm gonna
Okay.
end
You take your
this.
time.
Okay. Okay, hi guys, we're back. And
Hello.
today we're gonna enter to the second topic, and that is the youth roles for Indonesia's future. So before we start to discuss it like into the detail, I want you to guys to share your understanding. What is youth for you? What is young generation for you? Start with you, Miss Rosa, please.
Young generation is me, is us.
No, I mean like this. Let's say, what is one word that represent the young generation to Indonesia, and explain it. You don't have to mention like so many words, just one word that represent young generation in Indonesia, and you can explain it why you choose that word to represent young generation in Indonesia. Okay. Um, shall I start first?
Yes, you first.
Okay. For me myself, because I'm a santri, national santri ambassador. uh, the one word that represents one word that represents young generation is khidmah. I don't know how to say that in English, but basically khidmah, or how much you can serve yourself to the society, you can give back to the society. We called it in Arabic khidmah, but I don't know how to say that in English. I don't know yet. I'm sorry, I haven't looked for the exact vocabulary about it. And why do I choose that word? Because we know that mm, throughout our school years, we learn so many things from, I don't know, kindergarten, and then from elementary school, from junior high school, from senior high school, and then now we went to the college, we went to the university, and we are taught by many things, by our teachers, by our lectures, and but however, no matter how long we studied, because we know that "Utubul ilma minal mahdi ilal lahdi," we have to search, we have to look for knowledge for the rest of our life. No matter how far we arrive to that kind of study, at the end of the day, we will turn back, we will come back to the society, and that time we will have to like participate or give back as much as we can to the society. So that's why I choose the word khidmah to represent the young generation these days, because especially for the millennials or the generation Z, something like that, because we are young this time, but we will be important part of Indonesia maybe in the 10 years ahead or 20 years ahead, when Indonesia entered their golden age, or 2045, the time where Indonesia entered their century age, 1 century of Indonesia. At that time, we are expected, our country are expected to be a prosperous country, a peaceful country, and safe country for everyone, no matter what their religion, no matter what their race, no matter what their skin color, no matter what their background is, what their background are. I'm sorry. At the end of the by the year of 2045, we are carrying that responsibility right now. So that's why I choose the word khidmah to, represent the identity of young generation right now, or the millennials, or the Generation Z right now. So how about you, Miss Rosa? Hello, can you hear me?
What did you say?
What? You can't hear my voice?
Oh yes, now I can.
Okay, please state your opinion.
Mm, The one word is study or learn, maybe.
Learn. Okay, why do you choose that word to represent the young generations?
Because when we are young, then we have many opportunities to learn or study things to prepare for the future. We can maybe like that.
Okay, but here's the thing, Miss Rosa. If you choose to the one word learn,
Yes.
we know that learning is a lifetime experience. We have to keep learning, keep adapt, keep judge, keep to observe every knowledge, no matter what our age is. So learning is a lifetime experience, right? Because is a we have to learn from since our children, since we were a child, to when we are old and gray. So I want to know what is the really reason you choose that word to represent the young generations of Indonesia.
Um, because when we are young, we have so many times more than old people to explore some new many things.
What do you mean by more many times? We know that nowadays we have the same time. We have 40 24 hours a day. We have 30 days a month. We have 1 year, the exact time. What do you mean about the many time here? More time than the old generation, because we have the same time. We have the same minute. We have the same second, maybe.
Mm, Maybe because young generation don't have like so much pressure than the old people, like old generation,
What kind of pressure?
pressure about to earn money, to
I see.
something like that.
So yeah, the reason, because you say that young generation can learn more because they still have less responsibility
Yes,
compared to the old generation. Okay, all
yes.
right. Okay, okay, I get it. What about you, Miss Sylvia?
Actually, actually, the progress of our country, I mean, that's for future, that's depend on young generation, isn't it? And the progress or destruction on the nation and state depends a lot in the youth and agents of change in every development and change the civilization. There is always young blood who inherit it. However, Indonesian youth today has a lot of their identity, especially in terms of national insight that Indonesian patriotism. Therefore, there is a need the rethink and reinventing in the development of nation's character for youth with nation insight and patriotism and rediscover national identity. But so far, when I see others, I mean that's some of my in my environment that's uh, they only study. I mean that's as we know. education. That's not when we was child. We were child until now. That's only study. I mean, that's some of them that don't have plan to future more. There is one of my environment, one of someone in my environment that's she is in seventh semester, and then when she asked by others after this what you want to be and then what you want to do, she said, I don't know. That's the worst one. That is one of the worst in our youth generation in Indonesia, because they only study but don't have a plan for future. They only study it. So that is something to build, rethink for young generation, that you is not only for study for future, but you should rethink, and then you should make a plan for your future, and how I mean, that's how your plan for future that can give a positive impact for our country. Just it.
I'm sorry. I guess you a bit misunderstood. So, what is that one word that represent? Is it study or just like Miss Rosa, or you have the other words? Because you directly explained about the youth rule in Indonesia. So, what is that one word? I want to ask about this first.
What do you mean? I can't got it.
One word that represent a young generation in Indonesia? Is it lazy because they likes to scrolling social media, TikTok nonstop? They like to scrolling Instagram. They like to like and then comment. Is it toxic because they like to spread negativity
Yeah.
in the section, in the comment section?
Represent, according to me, that's represent one word for in Indonesian youth generation is passive.
Why? Is it really passive?
That's according to me.
Okay,
Because
explain it. You have to be
because
responsible for what you said, Miss Sylvia.
no, no, I mean it's my in myself also. That's no. It's not myself. I mean, that's when I see others that they study or they do something that's only for or formalities. I mean, that's yeah, study. Just study is not for their future. How they have plan for future, and others they only do their obligation to their parents. Only that. So by that statement, I can conclude that passive just do their obligation, and then yeah, something like that. So that's why I say passive, because uh some of them that's want don't want to do something else to their future, only do their obligation only.
So you say that they are passive because they have no purpose about what they're doing for the future.
Yeah,
Is it true?
yeah, that's I mean.
Okay, this is actually interesting because many of us maybe without a realization have fallen to this kind of experience. And actually, I want to tell mine, right? Because it reminds me about my experience when I was like maybe in the first semester of my college life in IAIN Kediri. Uh, Actually, guys, I choose this major. Uh, I have no intention to choose this major because actually I want to choose international relation. You know, hubungan internasional.
Yeah, I
Yes.
see.
At first, I want to choose that major, but then again, my parents, uh, they disagree. Uh, I mean, they not disagree about my major, but they disagree about the distance about my hometown and the campus, because the closest campus that have international relation major is in Malang, I guess in UIN Maliki, you know,
Mm.
or UP, Universitas Brawijaya, and uh, they thought that if I went to that university, I won't be able to, like, you know, have finished my Ihya Ulumuddin, you know Ihya Ulumuddin, right? The yellow book by Imam Ghazali. So they want me, they, especially my fathers, because he's so restricted about this kind of thing. He wanted me to finish my, my yellow book education first, then I can choose whatever college, whatever the hell college I want to go. But then at that time I haven't finished that learning, so I have to go to the IAIN Kediri because it is the closest university from my home. And and when I choose that major, I choose between Indonesian education and English education, and I went to this in English education. So with that being said, actually I have no purpose too when I was like in the first semester, just like what you said, Miss Sylvia. So, but then again, throughout this process, is it really important about what major we choose during our college? Because we know that once someone's graduated, there's a survey, there is a data actually, but I haven't searched it yet. I have, read it, but I forgot to, like collect it. I forgot to prepare it to this meeting. There's one data that said that once we graduated, most of our careers are not related to our major. For example, I choose English major, English education. But when I graduated, there's a possibility that maybe I will be uh you know I don't know, maybe a cashier in a store or something like that. It doesn't have any connection with, with a major that I took during our college. So I want to know your opinion, guys, about this thing, because it is really interesting in my opinion. So start from you, Miss Rosa. Do you think that it is really important for us about what major do we choose in the first, by the time we enter a certain university?
Can you repeat your question?
I'm sorry, can you get my question?
I don't get it.
Okay, let me simplify, right? Do you think that it is really important for us to choose what major that we're going to be in the college life when we first entered the college? And what is your opinion about it?
Mm, I think it's important because since it connection what major that we choose can develop our skills, our intentions, our. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, I can hear your voice clearly. Please continue.
Okay. Um, since the major that we choose, of course, we can explore many things related to our what is that intention?
Yeah, okay, you can say that. Please continue.
Like Miss Sylvie, she have experience about English in a senior high school, so she chose this major so she can develop her skill.
Okay. What about you, Miss Sylvia?
Sorry, this is rather noisy. Can you hear my voice, guys?
Yes, I can hear your voice.
Okay, according to my opinion, that is, if we think important, it will be important. If not, it will not important. And according to myself, it's not too important. It's not important. So, I mean, that's how our plan future talk about our skill, isn't it? So, in my opinion, that's what the major that we took in this college is not too important for our future, because there are many experience that what major that they took and then what they do job for their future, that's no connection. So that's depend on your skill, what you can do, that's improve it, and then you will get it maximally. So it's not talking about the major and then that is will be connect for your future. It's not. That is according to me.
Oh, so now there is, a different opinion about Miss Rosa and Miss Sylvia. This is getting interesting. So according to Miss Sylvia, it is not really important, which I agree. And according to Miss Rosa, it is important, which I agree too. So I support you both. So
Because wait, because we can't say that is important for our future next, because not only not there are many students in college that took the major that is um by themselves. It means for their want, that is maybe from their parents and others, and some of them that is uncomfortable with this major, but they still do because that is obligation from their parents. So that statement say that I can conclude that major what we took that is not important for our future, because they most of them that's not interesting on that major.
okay. What about you, Miss Rosa? Can you do you have something to say about Mrs. Sylvia's statement, because it is against your opinion?
It's about people preference. So every people have different preference. For me, important maybe not for Miss Sophia. Since I have experience, did you know, guys, that I have studied at University of Jember in history education.
Oh no, you haven't told us yet. Tell us. So you feel like you went to the wrong major, then you moved to the IAIN Kediri? Is it something like that?
Yes, yes.
Oh, can you tell me more about the detail? Can you tell us more about the detail? We would like to know the detail.
So the major is not what I want. That is my parents want that I. So that my parents want me to choose that major. I doing it, but uh, in the half in the second semester, I think I cannot continue it because it's hard for me. I'm from from IPA in senior high school, and then to history education, which is more related to EPS, to social, like something like that. So because it's hard for me, I start to maybe it can say that I'm stressed out, and then I start feel sick because my stress it impact to my body.
Okay, so you went to the first second semester to the University of Jember, then you feel like you took the wrong major, then you moved to the IAIN Kediri. So this major you took in IAIN Kediri is based on your own intention. So you want to choose this English major based on your own intention, or it is what your parents want you to do again?
Inshallah.
Okay, because there's data in maybe in Volgative that it says many Indonesian college students feels like they took the wrong major. So I want to know, maybe you guys have experience. Miss Rosa have experience. What about you, Miss Sylvia? Do you experience but sometimes you took the wrong major?
Wrong major is not now, but when I senior high school, my father say that I want to take I will put you in boarding school in Pare, but in that school there is a major in language class, but when I go there that haven't open, so that's only science and also social. So I take Ubay. What's you play? And then,
Continue, please. I'm listening.
and
It's
then
okay.
so yeah, I take science. Even that's I don't like, and then I can't really I can't. What is science? I can't really. If the rank in my for the example, maybe in my class that's there is 20 students or 25 students, my rank is 19, 18, like that, because
Ya
that I don't want
Allah.
really stupid students. Yeah, because and my parents never angry to me because their fault also put me there, and then because they don't know also if they in that school that's haven't opened about language class that I wanted to. So yeah, it's okay. In point that there is two important point in that school, that is Tafit and also English point. That is the important one. My value on both of 2 point, it's good. That is enough. So they never angry in my if my rank that's 19, 20. That's okay, because I realized that I'm stupid in science. It's okay.
Ya Allah. So sad. 20.
Yeah, of course. Because I really can't buy. I don't know what is physical and others. Physical 3 hours that I sleep well until the bell was ring.
If that the sleeping part, and I think we can relate. I slept a lot too.
Yes, so
Not gonna
I
lie.
never sleep. That's only in Indonesia class and also English class. Yeah. Another from that, I always go to canteen or that sleep, or I go to most for sleep and others, or I go anyway. Point I don't want school. It's me. I go.
Your
So that's why.
teacher public.
Astaghfirullahaladzim. Astaghfirullah. It's
Your
not
teacher
nice.
scold you.
No, I'm the diligent student. You know, that my teacher that's never get the worst one from me. I never late go to school.
Masya Allah. But still, it's
Yeah,
not nice, yeah, Miss Sylvia. I'm not
yeah.
that canteen part. We can relate. I have an experience that, but
That
that
is
sleeping
wrong.
part, I slept a lot
That
too.
is wrong major, and then the worst one that I did. But yeah, the in point, that's what's your skill, what you want, what you like, that just do it maximally. I mean, that's in example from me, that's in Tafit or in English, that is please maximally it, because that is can help you. Even that's my rank is the lowest one, but when graduate I get the diligent student at Tafit. That's yeah, it's and then the diligent student
Wow.
in English department, I got it, because only that can help me. I don't imagine it if I get I mean that's the winner of it. I never imagine it, because I'm the stupid one. But
Okay.
yeah, what's your that just makes you mad?
Okay, so this time I'd like to share my screen again. Bear with me for a second, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, can you see my screen? Astaghfirullah, this is really full of ads. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay, now? What about now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, there are figures, 7 Indonesian figures that can be your role model. So I'm going to mention, and maybe one of those are your role model. I don't know. The first one is Suci Pujiastuti. Do you know her?
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is the ex sea minister in Indonesia, something like that, and she has give back a lot to the society as well. And the second is Najwa Shihab. Do you know her? Of course,
Yeah, I
I bet you know.
see. I
This is,
learned her.
yeah, we usually call her Banana, and he's the host from Mata Najwa talk show in Trans 7. And the third one is Sri Mulyani. Do you know her?
Yes.
This is a I don't know, uh, who's her? The ex, or this until now she's the money minister, keuangan. How to say keuangan in English? I don't know. The money minister in Indonesia, and she has nominated in the, I don't know, Time or maybe Forbes magazine for the influential people. And the fourth one is Retno Marsudi. He's the abroad minister in Indonesia, the first woman that have a job as a abroad minister in Indonesia. And the fifth one is Tririsma Harini, Purisma. Do you know her? She's
Of course.
the, right now she become social minister in Indonesia, but the last time she is the governor, or maybe she's the governor. No, she's the head of Surabaya, of the Surabaya city. And the number 6 is Butet Manurung. I know these figures. I don't know if you guys do, but she's the one who started the project of Sokolarimba, the school for the, suku anak dalam in Papua, or maybe in Papua, I guess, or in the rural place in Indonesia. And the last but not least is Agnes Mo. I'm sure most of you guys have known about this, right? Agnes Mo, you know about her. She's the Indonesian singer that go international. She's famous, like not only Indonesia but at an international level. You know her, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop right there, and I'm gonna ask, who is your first role model? To maybe one of them, or you have your own figures that become your first role model in Indonesia to become a great young generation for the Indonesian futures. Start from you, Miss Rosa, please.
My first role model right now, I changed it for many times, but now is Dina Haura. Do you know Dina Haura?
Who
I don't know.
who is Dina Haura? I don't know. Can you tell her? Can you tell me about her?
You can find her in Instagram. I like to see her story about parenting, about woman, something like that.
Okay. Is that why you choose apa? Dena Haura?
Yes.
Also, you are ready to be a parent. I see.
I like Dina Haura and her husband. I like their relationship.
Okay, what about you, Miss Sylvia? Who is your first role model?
Yeah. The first one, no, I have three actually, but let me mention it. The first one, uh, why the first one is Wirda. Do you know it? Wirda Mancho.
Okay,
Yes,
Yeah.
okay,
very
I
much.
know her.
Yeah. The
Okay.
reason that I learned a lot from her. That's how she's educated for young generation. That's should make the new one. I mean that's for the future by the millennials way. That is, and then she also educate to others if you want to learn about religion section, you still can do something else in the world. I mean, that's you can go international and others. So some of people that think that if you learned about religion, you can't do something else. I mean, that's you take only in boarding school and then you want to be kiai and others. That I learned from her. That's if you want to learn it, you can still learn another the other one. That is, and then the second one that's Camila. Do you know it?
Okay, I know her. I
Yeah.
know.
I like her. I learned a lot from her. That how she's educated for she's a child. That is a good mom ever that I ever seen. And then the last one is banana. That's how we care to our country. How we learned a lot from our country and how we rebuild our country to be more better. That is from me.
Okay, so to wrap this up, I am gonna conclude our discussion. Before that, do you guys have anything to say? Maybe.
No, nothing. I'm
Okay.
starving.
Is it
Okay.
our last FGD?
No, there's still
Oh no.
two. Okay, but it is the last for me to become a moderator for you guys. So yeah, okay, that's it. I'm gonna conclude our discussion today. The first topic is mental health. Basically, mental health is really important, but sadly, our society hasn't fully realized the importance about it yet. So we have to socialize about it, and we have to share our experience without being fear that about being judged as a crazy man or crazy woman, because our mental health matters, and we have to fight for it. And the second topic is about the youth role for Indonesian future. So it is really important for us to know our passion and our what do we want to do with our future, unless because without that realization we will study without a purpose, like Miss Sylvia has said about it earlier. And yeah, some major are important for us to take in our college, because in our college if we want to have a linear career in the future. But sometimes it can be not very important, as what Mr. Sylvia said, because at the end of the day our job is based on our skill. That's it. Okay, this is the end of FGD today. Thank you very much, guys, and see you again in the next FGD. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi
Thank
wabarakatuh.
you. See you all.
Okay, bye bye.